All right. Thank you all for being here at the first Near Town Hall of 2024. Definitely super exciting. A lot of really exciting things have been happening in the Near ecosystem and a lot of changes as well. We will have a more ecosystem focused, like direction moving into 2024. This town hall will cover, we aim to cover that in this town hall. We have an exciting lineup as well today. So I'm Marcus from the Near Foundation. We will hear from Illia on Near Foundation's 2024 focus. We'll also get an overview of the new cohort from Horizon from Jared. We will get a sneak peek at Near's presence at ETHDenver from Olga from the Near Foundation marketing team. And then we have a couple of project spotlights. Both of these are from Horizon cohorts, awesome projects building on Near. And then we'll segue into some of the exciting ecosystem highlights from the previous weeks that have been happening in the Near ecosystem presented by the NEARWEEK team. So without further ado, I'll go ahead and kick things over to Ilya for a brief introduction and dive into the focus.
Thank you, Marcus. Yeah, great to be here. Hopefully, everybody had good holidays over now a month ago. But yeah, we've kind of been working hard in Foundation. So let's kind of go to the next slide. So we've had a significant consolidation at the Near Foundation team, as well as some in Pagoda, really to prioritize and focus the team around the most high impact set of activities we can do in the ecosystem, as well as continue kind of empowering and coordinating folks across the ecosystem to pick up and do a lot of the activities that are not really like Foundation is not in a critical position or even becoming a bottleneck sometimes to do them. So really focuses like how do we continue growing ecosystem while the kind of nodes and participants of the ecosystem are really picking up and doing more and more and kind of creating this autonomous ecosystem that we always talk about. So if we go to the next slide, kind of on the financial side, what are we focusing on? Well, we continue focused on empowering the ecosystem. There is kind of few core pieces that we really want to invest, which is about kind of moving, obviously, a lot of the funding that's been done to more transparent systems, engaging with public kind of public goods funding through retroactive funding, as well as some other programs. So we're going to be posting, but right now we're talking kind of across different nodes that are already involved to see how we can structure this better. Now, the main focus for this year is really kind of what we set out as a vision of blockchain operating system over a year ago now, and this idea of really moving blockchain itself kind of on the back end and kind of really making it easy for people to use applications. And it's not just for Near, but kind of across the whole multi-chain Web3 world. And so chain abstraction is kind of the way the whole Web3 ecosystem is starting to coalesce to talk about it. Kind of there's a whole set of partners and other ecosystems that coming in on this. And so really this is the idea that blockchain operating system is our product that we're offering. We have some product launches coming on that, but chain abstraction is kind of the overall Web3 narrative that really makes sense, especially as there is explosion of rollups and app chains, and it's becoming really more and more complicated to use all this. Now, the long-term vision I kind of posted a week ago, and this is really all of these pieces coming together. And if you look from kind of the future, what we want is that everything that's like the closest to you, right, which is what runs your devices, what runs your applications, is fully focused on your sovereignty. It's pretty much provides you the kind of, the data is not going anywhere. Your assets are managed by you. and you can interact with kind of everything from your AI assistant to other brands to other participants in a direct way without any middleman. And so that's kind of the vision of fully sovereign operating system. In a way, this is just an evolution of what we outlined with blockchain operating system. And we're starting kind of doing research on this, but this is going to be kind of the next thing after we establish the chain abstraction as like and have a pretty clear transition of the whole space to that. So if you go to the next slide, just like to show you the timelines, we've started L1 ecosystem back in October 2020 when we launched mainnet. It's continuous evolving, continuous building up. Chain abstraction started kind of late 2022 and really building out with everything from decentralized front ends to multi-chain accounts to kind of applications like DApp that pull it all together into one experience. We have near.org where you can access a lot of applications across different chains as well. And at the same time, we have applications like Sweatcoin and Cosmos, which completely hide blockchain for their users and really providing kind of this end user smooth experience of without knowing what blockchains are used. And as this evolves, we're gonna start investing into this idea of fully sovereign operating system, bringing as well the AI components into that and tooling that. Again, right now it's in R&D. We're not going to be like pushing that from a like main narrative perspective, but this is something where we're going right and kind of is more of an end game where everybody controls their data, assets, and power governance directly from their devices. So that's kind of the overall focus line. Again, chain abstraction, there's like specific go-to-market initiatives that we're doing. There's a narrative building. There's a whole coalition of projects that are coming together. And we also have the projects in the ecosystem already starting to play around with some of these experiences and kind of starting to envision what is this chain abstraction world looks like where there's no actual like boundaries between chains, right? You can use applications on any chain. You can have assets attached to your Near account on any chain. The kind of gas fees bridging all going away from a user and some of the developer perspective, and so allows really to kind of focus on building experiences and connecting different kind of smart contract logic and functionality into the end user experience. I think that's all on my side. Yeah. So Laura will dive into Horizon.
Actually, Jared is going to be diving in. So Jared, please go on.
Thank you, Laura. Folks, good morning, good afternoon, depending where you're calling in from. My name is Jared. I'm part of our founder success team, and we're incredibly excited to share a little bit about Horizon. For those who aren't familiar, HCN specifically is our early stage accelerator for founders building on Near. We launched this program in September of last year, and now we're actually in our second cohort. We'll share a little bit more about the outcomes here in a second. But we launched this program and run this program completely equity free. We target idea stage and pre-seed founders who are looking and interested to begin building on Near and provide dedicated technical support, a community of other founders and builders, and specifically fundraising and business strategy and education. So if you go to the next slide, we'll share a little bit about some of the outcomes from our first cohort. We ran this from September to December of last year. We're incredibly excited and really proud of the teams that participated in the outcomes that were generated. You'll hear later from Kenny at Ample, who's part of HCN1. You'll also hear from Shubham at Quest, who's part of HCN2. And I'm not going to read these line by line, but we saw external capital raised. We saw an awesome turnout at our demo day. And most importantly, we meaningfully advanced the roadmaps of teams participating in the program to get them live on mainnet. If you go to the next slide, just to give you a snapshot, we've really seen this program start to grow and the engine around it really take hold. Counting our HCN2 teams, we actually have a total portfolio combined valuation of just under 80 million and just over 10 million in total capital raised. And so it's been incredibly encouraging as we've run this program equity free to see some of these outcomes in the platform really grow in a meaningful way. If you go to the next slide, just so you have some context here on the use cases and where we're starting to see pockets of builders come in. We run these cohorts in 8-week sprints throughout the year with about 20 to 30 founders per cohort. HCN2, we have a majority of infrastructure, but use cases across the board, which has been incredibly exciting as we've seen the breadth of builders come into the ecosystem and really start to bring in some talented founders and builders. And if you go to the next slide, we'll give you a quick snapshot of where we're going in the future. We just kicked off our second cohort, HCN2, a couple weeks ago. And later this year, in June through August, we're going to run HCN3, which will be solely focused on use cases around chain abstraction. You just heard Illia share a little bit about the roadmap for the future. That's going to be our focus for our next cohort. And later in the year, in Q4, going to look at running one specifically around AI. So really excited about what we have in the pipeline. If you go to the last slide here, if you're interested in getting involved, I will drop a few links in the chat so folks can get plugged in. We will be at ETHDenver. If you want to meet our accelerator team, if you want to meet some of the founders who are participating in this program, come join us for tacos. We got a side event going on February 29th. If you want to experience what some of these builders are actually creating, come to our demo day. We're going to push that on March 12th and 13th. It'll be live streamed as well. And more importantly, if you yourself are a builder and interested, please apply. We would love to chat with you, hear more about what you're building. I just dropped the link in the chat as well. There it is, hcn.xyz/HVN. Trying to keep it simple, not confuse anyone, but really excited about what we've been able to build through this program. So high level overview, but hope that gives you all a quick snapshot of what's going on with our accelerator. Marcus, I'll turn it back to you.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Jared. Amazing overview. Next up, we have some sneak peeks into NEAR's activation at ETHDenver, which is just around the corner. So, Olga, I'll pass it over to you. Do we have Olga here with us? No, it looks like Olga's not here. So what we'll do is we'll move on to the next section, and if she joins, we'll go ahead and come back to this here. So we have project spotlights. Jared alluded to one already earlier. We have Ample. Kenny is with us today to go ahead and do a deep dive into Ample. Kenny, the floor is yours.
Amazing. Thank you guys so much. Thanks, everybody. Yeah, and shout out to the Horizon team. Thank you all for everything that you have done and continue to do. Yeah, so for anybody that doesn't know me or my project, my name is Kenny Johns. I am the founder of Ample. A little bit of my background, I used to work at National Geographic, Discovery Channel. I played music forever. So entertainment and media and all the intellectual property payments and all the issues. That's kind of been like what I've been focused on since 2019 when I jumped into crypto and started learning about this crazy world of blockchain. So essentially, we see a major opportunity globally for, basically we see the media, entertainment, and creator economies all kind of colliding. And then we see communities engaging. And then with the tokenization of that intellectual property, we see a massive opportunity. So there's currently about a $2.8 trillion industry aggregated, but we see that kind of expanding into the future. You can go to the next slide, please. All right, thank you. So similar to kind of the tokenization of like real world assets, we are building an application layer protocol that's really focused on basically tokenizing intellectual property and its associated media, and then distributing that across all the Web3 landscape. So basically what we built is we built an alpha platform for like film, show, and music launch support currently. We have about 25 partners, and we'll get into more of that. There'll also be a QR code. And one thing to quickly note before I go too much further, we do have Quest campaigns. We're taking our first snapshot today. So a little bit of alpha, definitely do at least 1 or 2 of those campaigns. All right, I'll keep going. And that's also to help us get a better platform. Oh, Mark's or whoever's doing that. Can you go back?
Yeah, apologies there.
That's cool. Well, then no worries. We'll get there.
This one here?
Yes, perfect. Amazing. Okay, cool. So essentially what we're creating is basically we'll have a variety of offerings, tokenized IP, rights, royalty, licensing, management, kind of AI content provenance, and digital offerings all from the same place. Like, and brands, this will be for like enterprise brands, individual creators, filmmakers, showrunners, whoever. And then again, the ultimate goal is widespread distribution because streaming platforms have different monetization methods, and you don't want to have to sign up to like 20 different platforms. You don't want to have to track royalties. It's insanely problematic. And there's no transparency, right? So we really want to create this infrastructure and ease of use. And then even when it comes to cross-chain marketplaces, you'll be able to manage all your engagement and distribution to different multiple marketplaces as well. Now we can switch. Thank you. Just to kind of give everybody like an idea of some of the moves that we're making. Obviously, we talked about launching an alpha platform. Some of that's in the quests that you can check out again. And then we also have about 25 launch partners, some good follower accounts and streams across a lot of different countries globally. We got about 3,000 different surveys. This helps with pricing data and launching. We have a whole like legal compliance side of our business that helps everybody kind of make sure that they're doing things responsibly and in a fairly compliant fashion. We completed the Horizon 1 accelerator. Thank you guys again. And if anybody wants to learn more about how the whole ecosystem work, you can check out our white paper. And again, our QR code will take you to our link tree. And the biggest news that we have is that, we finally have, we just got a big enterprise partnership with Caracol Television, and they're one of the top 3 media conglomerates in all of the Latin America region. So we're super excited. Keep an eye out for that launch. We're working all that out now, but that should happen in the next few months. All right, now you can go. And for anybody that doesn't know our team, we are founders and builders with different ventures and domain expertise. And we basically have all worked like marketing partnerships and multi-chain launches, Near, Solana, EVM. We all kind of like speak and contribute, but like, and you can see some of the people that we've worked with, but I just kind of wanted to give a quick intro of the team. You can learn more on our deck. And I believe next one. Yep. So this is, I don't know what happened to the background, but that's okay. Basically, these are just a quick visual of like who we connect. So we connect communities, collectors, audiences, marketplaces, the creators and brands, and we basically connect all these people, secure monetization across platforms, transparent analytics, and easy launching. All right, next, please. And then if what we're looking for, ecosystem partners, cross-chain partners, marketplaces, and streaming platforms, and any creators that want to launch, and then anyone that's interested in our DAO and ecosystem. And I believe we need to keep it moving. Yep. And so here's our QR code. If you guys want to scan it, connect with us. Again, definitely connect with us on like, get some of those quests in, but like happy to help people with launches and answer any questions. So thank you all so much. And yeah, thanks for everything.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Kenny.
Right,
Great
thanks.
presentation. Amazing to see the progress since Ample kicked off initially.
For sure,
Next
thank
up,
you.
we have Quest to come present the exciting platform they're building. They are in the HZN2 cohort. So I'll go ahead and hand the mic over to the Quest team.
Hi everyone, my name is Shubham, and good morning, good night, good afternoon, wherever you guys are. I'm the founder of Quest Protocol. A little bit of background. I'm in San Francisco. My background is in tech, working at LinkedIn, Amazon, and other big tech companies for past couple of years. My co-founder was in NVIDIA, Visa, Tesla. And we are building Quest, which is actually unlocking powerful user experiences a little more, the vision is basically helping users feel special. I think I jumped onto this narrative a couple of years ago when I got to know about crypto, when I built in crypto, had a few exits there, and I was like, this is much bigger. We can create democratic internet where people have, and it really aligns with what the Near Vision has as well, self-sovereign operating system. So I'm just super excited to be building in the infrastructure space with that. So next slide, please. So one thing which we actually figured out for Near protocol is that in the last 3 years, we made tremendous progress. We are up to 85 million unique accounts on Near, and it has grown by 3,200 times since last 3 years, in Jan 2021 to Jan 2024. But the increase in transaction, the USD transaction volume has only grown by 3x in last 3 years. So if you can see, one of the major problems that we can see here is that there are a lot more users coming in, but actually not transacting. Next slide, please. And this is not just the blockchain problem. This is the problem across all the dApps that are out there. They have a lot of people out on Twitter, but their actual product has 10, 20, 100, 200 DAUs. And that's what we are here to solve. Next slide, please. The major problem that we identify is huge number of bots or low quality users, or multiple people just creating multiple users in order to claim stuff. Lack of seamless and engaging UX. I know everyone is focusing a lot on onboarding, as in like just the login component, but what after that? Like after login, converting me to a power user or a loyal user, what of that? And that's why we think lack of dev tooling is also there in the space. Next slide, please. And that's why Quest comes in. It's basically incentivize your users with our infrastructure, drive engagement and revenue through our embedded infrastructure. Technically, I'll go through all these of features and stuff. So I'll skip this slide and technically move to the next one. Our vision is basically we collect data from all different sources, create user data packs, and then you can do scoring, segmentation, recommendation, prediction, all with AI. And then these are some of the use cases where we want to create such a powerful experience for user that he is just mind blown when entering into a product. Last year, we did Techstars Web3, and the only thing that people in Techstars actually got from our presentation was that we want to create an infrastructure when you enter a sweet candy shop, the marshmallows and milk chocolate is coming towards you because you love it, and peanut butter is just going way beyond. Sorry, peanut butter fans, is way beyond your eyes, and that is the level of personalization that we want to create, right? IRL, and all of this is just owned by you. In just one click, you give your chocolate preferences, and this is what happens. Yes, I'm hungry too. And next slide, please. These are some of the sneak peeks that we have done so far with creative platforms, with finance platforms, with as we speak. If anyone is in Thailand, go to Mystic Valley Music Festival for sure. We are actually the engagement infrastructure or the Quest incentive infrastructure powering that. It starts today, Feb 1, in Thailand. So if you can see we obviously provide all the backend infrastructure. We have more than 100 APIs in the SDK to be provided all these different things, but all the UI components that you see here is also provided by our SDK. And one of the major reasons why people partner is not just to see this quest or campaign creation or challenge creation stuff. It is also we provide them the creation flow, the admin creation flow, which they can embed in their businesses. So B2B2C customers are really, really excited by this. Next slide, please. We have seen some humongous traction, and I would say I'm proudly excited to show these numbers that we have seen so far, and it's across Web3 and Web2. So it's not just Web3. Persona AI is sales enablement Web2 platform. So we have seen huge growth there. Next slide, please. Let's quickly go through all the features, and then I think it will be really helpful for everyone to relate with. Next slide, please. So we have SDKs, we have web, mobile, React Native, Flutter, Node, backend API, whatever SDK. It's you can integrate super quickly. And our no-code platform. Next slide, please. Our no-code platform where you can create all these SDK components. Everything done seamlessly. We are integrating AI, so you'll be able to just chat with it, and then you'll be able to create all these components easily. Next slide, please. A little bit of quick, obviously we provide levels, XP, systems as one of the base. Next slide, please. We have evolving membership dynamic NFTs. One of the power use cases is that if you are an avatar, if you are in metaverse in an avatar based on your contribution, just imagine your avatar evolving. We did this with Clyfire company, where which is a climate company. They had a tree. Their tree went big, and it was just a cool dynamic NFT, evolving NFT. Next slide, please. No. So I think yes, I cannot go through all the components or everything. So I just put everything in one slide. Sorry, go ahead. Okay, sorry. So yeah, I just put everything in one slide, and there is a lot more, trust me. I haven't mentioned creation or anything of that sort, but all of this we are live with, and if anyone wants to use it, I'll be more than happy to chat. Next slide, please. I talked so much about the stuff that we have, but what we are working towards, and this is something which you already have, analytics, but what we are working towards is insights, being able to generate all this really quickly, being able to take all the customer journey activation stuff is super excited to us. Next, please. We have all the integrations. So if you are looking for any integration segments, Snowflake, any Web2, Web3, all these integrations, we are working towards integrating more and more in the upcoming days. Next slide, please. You can look into, this is already live as well, our Audience Customer 360, which basically gives you all the insights and analytics about the customers. And not just that, gives you the sales leads as well. So product-led sales, if you have heard of that, and all of that just in one sweet dashboard. Next slide, please. And this is something similar to what I think Illia's previous idea was before starting Near as well, is basically being able to chat with the data that you have and dynamically generate the insights and graphs and everything on top of it. This is one of the features that we are working towards on popular demand, because the AI, obviously, as all we know, has evolved a lot. That's pretty much it for now. Thank you so much, guys. I don't have any QR code or anything to share, but I'll put my LinkedIn offline, and really would love to help you guys if you guys want to partner with us, integrate with us, and if there is any kind of help that I can do. I'm a tech founder, been working in tech for like 10, 20 years, so love to help in any fashion as well. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much for coming on, Shubham. I really appreciate your time and really good overview. We also have Olga back on now. She was experiencing some network issues, but it seems like she's back. Awesome to have you here with us, Olga. I will go ahead and pull up the ETHDenver slides, and you can dive into the ETHDenver preview of Near's activation.
You actually are going to have me. So I'm going to step in and cover the slides. If you can take over to the next panel, please. So ETHDenver this year, we have so much in store. The ecosystem has also rallied on a number of activations. You'll see here that we're playing with an Alice in Wonderland theme. And so you'll see Follow the Black Dragon on a couple of visual touch points on social media rolling out this week, and also at the main event. So next slide, please. All right, so Getting into the nitty-gritty details, ETHDenver is going to host a number of hacker houses and content sessions. The Autonomous Network Web3 AI Hackathon hosted by Edge Network is taking place. I believe that's on the 26th and 27th. Sorry for missing those dates on the slide. ETHDenver is doing a breakfast with us, kicking off the Chain Abstraction Day. Both of these are going to take place at Improper City. You'll want to get your RSVPs in ASAP. Space is so limited, and we're already getting hundreds of RSVPs. And then finally, we have our Near Ecosystem booth on the showroom floor at the National Western Complex. So that will be live from February 29th to March 3rd. If we have some ecosystem volunteers who would love to sign up and join us at the booth, we would be more than happy to have you. We have some really fun user journeys ready to go for the booth. Again, that near and etherland experience. Think about following the black dragon down the rabbit holes of chain abstraction and data availability. You'll see here we have the white rabbit talking about we're so early, the mad coder, the buffa caterpillar, Tweedledee and Tweedledee. So lots of fun goodies and Easter eggs that you'll experience there. And if you want to see what the entire ecosystem is up to, we've hyperlinked a document here, Near Ecosystem at ETHDenver. It's public, so go ahead, get your dates, get your side events and activations in there, and we will be releasing more news soon. So over back to you. Thank you, Marcus.
Awesome. Thank you so much for covering an awesome overview. Really excited for the presence at ETHDenver and looking forward to seeing everybody there. So the last section we have today, it's going to be a little bit of a shorter than normal town hall, which usually run up to the hour mark, but we have a really exciting Twitter Spaces coming up right after this with Illia and the founder of Cosmos AI. So I want to make sure that we make time to start that on time. So the last section will be presented by the amazing NEARWEEK team, and it's going to be all of the awesome updates in their ecosystem over the last week. So Peter, over to you.
Yes, thank you, guys. Next slide, please. So I just want to start out on a high note on this town hall. NEAR is still number one, and we're not stopping anytime soon. We're number one chain on the unique weekly active wallets, and icing on the cake. The other day, NEAR experienced another all-time high in daily active addresses, surpassing 1.8 million. So kudos to everyone. Like this is a huge milestone, and it doesn't seem like we're stopping anytime soon. Then we have MMA fan engagement, which is now living on chain. So you see Hall of Fame Orija Faber. He's partnered with NEAR to launch a blockchain-powered fan engagement platform, which is going to be packed with personalized interactive features and much more. I think this is a great partnership and just highlighting which direction the NEAR ecosystem is heading in 2024, 2025, and onwards. Next up is Pagoda. They've migrated the protocol DAO infrastructure to Bus. So there were no suitable proposals and retainers for the Astro DAO. So therefore, Pagoda have migrated the ecosystem DAO infrastructure to Bus and the Astra++, which will be maintained by the NDC, and it's working pretty well so far. And also over the last 4 weeks, we've seen Open Force Protocol. They won a World Economic Forum challenge. So they were selected as one of the few winners of the Trillion Tree Challenge, which is focused on reforestation at scale. Big up to Open Forest Protocol. Looking forward to follow them in 2024 as RWAs are heating up. The 2024 protocol roadmap was released. So I guess you all know, but you know, we should all know. We should just for decency here that the next phase of a new protocol will introduce stateless validation, CK-centric sharding, account aggregation, and more shards, which will mean that we significantly reduce node requirements and boost validator inclusivity, leading to a big leap in shard performance and overall network scalability. You all know that the future is looking near. It was also announced that NEAR's DA layer was integrated with the Polygon Labs CDK. So in November, the partnership between NEAR Foundation and Polygon Labs was announced, and the latest technical integration for NEAR's DA is now available on the Polygon CDK, the tech stack that allows developers to launch their own CK-powered layer 2s, custom fitted to their needs. And this integration essentially empowers rollup builders on Polygon to use NEAR DA as a complete out-of-the-box modular DA solution. So with the latest integration, rollups on Polygon can benefit from cheaper data availability costs to significantly reduce their overall rollup overheads. And this is especially relevant, as you all know, considering data publishing costs are at all-time highs for L2s. So big up to the BD team at the NEAR Foundation. Next slide, please. And some of you might have also noticed that we've seen a meme coin frenzy, not just on NEAR, but in the overall crypto space. And Ref Finance is doing their fair bit to support all the meme coins in the ecosystem, which has meant that if you're holding Black Dragon, Long, Nico, or Citro, you're able to participate in a gamified staking competition organized by Ref Finance. Please remember, none of this is financial advice. Do your own research. I think Ref Finance is doing a really great job at supporting the meme coin projects across the ecosystem, which is the goal of the campaign. Go check it out. Also today, actually, besides the AI space with Illia and Cosmos, NEAR DevHub is having the first ever DevHub town hall, which I think is a great move for the entire developer community on NEAR. I think we've seen a lot of great stuff come out from DevHub since their birth, and the agenda for this DevHub town hall is focused on what milestones DevHub is setting for the ecosystem growth in 2024. Focusing and doubling down on monthly active developers and empowering the developer ecosystem. Looking forward to that one. Next up, Nansen, they launched their public NEAR macro dashboard. So if you want to deep dive into the NEAR ecosystem and while staying up to date on the ecosystem growth, you can now go and use Nansen's really good solution. Something that I'm very excited about and saw the other day is the next news. So the Bitcoin virtual machine, also just called BVM, have integrated NEAR for Bitcoin L2 developers. So this essentially means that developers building Bitcoin L2s are now able to leverage NEAR's DA to optimize efficiency and their operating costs. And the integration allows developers to store the state root on Bitcoin and the batch of transactions on NEAR, which optimizes the costs by up to 10,000x, which is insane. And as a result, it facilitates the launch of Bitcoin L2s with high speed, 2-second block time, and near zero transaction fees. Another kudos to the NEAR BD team. And we've seen another really exciting news this week. NEAR Protocol and MetaMask, or MetaMask is now, the NEAR network is now available by MetaMask, facilitated by Here Wallet. So thanks to the NEAR Snap that the Here Wallet team have built and Benyon have been supporting, it's now possible to do transactions in the MetaMask wallet on the NEAR network. The Here Wallet team also just dropped HOT, which is a fully on-chain wallet, non-custodial, inside every Telegram account. I think you should go check it out. Here Wallet team really killing it at the moment, shipping a lot of awesome features. Besides this Telegram initiative, we also have the Dragon bot and Lonk. They launched Telegram trading bots. Again, not financial advice. Do your own research. But we clearly have a very active community doing awesome products that are focused on the end user at the moment, which is, this is very exciting for me to see in the ecosystem. And lastly, Illia dropped chain abstraction is the new frontier for Web3. So in his most recent blog post, he proposes a better vision for the entire Web3 ecosystem, and acknowledging that we have to work together on advancing mainstream adoption via chain abstraction. So basically, we need chain abstraction to remove all the blockchain hurdles from the user experience so that apps just work with any chain. And the core goal of chain abstraction is to defragment the increasingly fractured modular landscape of Web3. While this obviously will be most visible at the user experience layer. So all you degens out there, get ready for a much better user experience. And this defragmentation of liquidity and accounts is possible thanks to innovation at the security layer. So what we're aiming for on the NEAR protocol and what we're building towards is a scalable integrated blockchain supporting more than 1 billion daily users. This is our North Star. account aggregation for cross-chain transactions, a versatile data layer, intent relayers for complex cross-chain operations, and much more, which ultimately will bring unified app experiences and seamless Web3 innovation. So if you haven't read it already, I highly suggest you to. And there's currently a ton of good resources on near chain abstraction. NEARWEEK also recently published a comprehensive resource guide on the subject. And I want to give a big shout out to all the near content creators in the ecosystem. I think lately we've seen an influx of high quality content published across platforms, and this really warms my heart. Keep up the good work, everyone. And lastly, I want to say that if you're in Denver, as Shajira just pointed out, you should join the Chain Abstraction Day at Ethereum. At ETHDenver. It's going to be hosted by Agoric, Frontier Research, and the NEAR Foundation, and it's a one-day event which will huddle industry experts to share perspectives on chain abstraction as new frontier Web3 via a series of presentations and panels. That's all for now. I want to say lastly here, subscribe to our weekly newsletter and follow the NEARWEEK Twitter for all NEAR-related information. Keep up the good work, everyone, and remember that the future is NEAR.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Peter. Thank you so much, everybody, for coming on. As you saw, there are a lot of exciting things happening in the NEAR ecosystem. These last few weeks have really been heating up, and it's just going to continue into 2024. A lot of exciting things in store. Definitely keep on top of these updates. Follow NEARWEEK for all the latest news. There's a lot of other awesome news channels available on NEAR. And as Peter alluded to, there's been so much content creation happening around NEAR these last weeks, so follow them as well. We will see you all hopefully in about 15 minutes at the AI's NEAR Twitter Spaces. And until next time, everybody, have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you for coming.